The biggest question in days gone is, when should I start killing hordes? However, even more importantly, we should be asking, why should I start killing hordes? In this video, I'll answer both of those questions. Let's start with why you should start killing hordes. In the Storylines menu, tab over to Progress and then select the Horde Killer storyline. You'll see everything that can be unlocked and exactly what is required to unlock it. Be aware this applies to all storylines, not just this one. Back under Horde Killer, you'll see that you only need to reach 10% to unlock the single most versatile sidearm in the game, the SMP-9. This little beast is both fast and accurate, with a decent magazine capacity as well. At 35% of the Horde Killer storyline, you'll unlock an extended magazine for it that increases the ammo capacity to an astounding 50 rounds per magazine. Making progress on the Horde Killer storyline will eventually unlock some of the most powerful firearms in the game, including the auto shotgun, the IDF pup, and the MG55, which happens to be the absolute largest machine gun available on a standard playthrough. That is why you should start killing hordes. Now for the next question. When to start killing hordes? And the answer to that is right now. At the very beginning of the game, as soon as you are given a motorcycle of your own to explore with, you can head straight to hidden loot locations where you'll find items like pipe bombs, fragmentation grenades, high explosive landmines, and an assortment of other goodies that are already crafted and ready to be used. Just grab them and go. There are 4 of these locations available in the early game. One is a hydroelectric power plant located a little north and east of the O'Leary Mountain safe house where Deacon and Boozer sleep. Watch out for the marauders that sometimes spawn nearby. If you see this blue car, there is an ambush waiting for you. Spring their trap and loot the bodies for the earliest opportunity to pick up a rifle with a scope. It's a crappy early game rifle, but it's better than nothing. Climb to the highest point at the power plant, and at the top of the ladder, you'll find the first of our 4 hidden loot locations. The next spot is to the west and a little south, where the Bugged the Hell Out mission takes place. Behind the Nero facility, beside the lake, there is a rickety little shack with some goodies in it. Later in the game, a small horde will spawn here, but in the early hours of your playthrough, you are perfectly safe to head inside and pick up the loot. The next loot location is in the Belknap region of the map. Head west through the tunnel here, and then turn right to go north. You'll soon arrive at the Marion Forks Nero checkpoint. After powering up the Nero checkpoint and refueling the bike, head further west toward the town of Marion Forks. Stop by this farmhouse with the blue trim and climb up these bales of hay to reach the hidden loot location on the 2nd floor. In addition to some handy explosives, you'll also find one of the earliest chances to pick up a full auto rifle for your primary weapon slot. Grab it and some ammo, and then head for the 4th and final hidden loot location. Inside the Old Wagon Hotel, just a little further west from the farmhouse and the Nero checkpoint, you'll find 2 rooms on the top floor. They can only be reached by climbing in through the window, but if you unlock the doors from the inside, you can pass freely through these 2 rooms for the rest of this playthrough, which you'll be doing often because all of these loot locations respawn. For detailed instructions on how to make them respawn whenever you like, check out my Infinite Loot No Glitches video that I linked in the description. You can also grab a fresh fire axe here if you need it. While you're in Marion Forks, I highly recommend stopping by this car that smashed into the fence here to pick up a primary weapon suppressor that respawns just like all the other loot at these locations. Now that you've got some gear, it is time to set to work clearing 4 hordes and getting the SMP-9 unlocked. If you do things in the order shown in this video, it is very likely that you will find the Shadow Lake Horde spawning in on the western edge of this lake, even during the day when they would normally be taking shelter in their nearby cave. You can simply hide in these bushes and wait for exactly the right moment to strike. Place an attractor bomb near the center of the crowd, let it draw them in, and then toss one of your grenades in the center as well. You'll likely get them all with just these 2 thrown items, and if not, you just recently picked up an automatic rifle to get the rest of them. Clearing your first horde will give you 3% on the Horde Killer storyline and get you a nice chunk of XP as well. After clearing the horde, head back to the Marion Forks Nero checkpoint to resupply and rest. Keep an eye on the clock located in the upper right corner of the map because in the early hours of the game, you do not want to be doing any of this at night. In Days Gone, the freaks really do come out at night, and you will be facing significantly more enemies after sunset. When you're done at the Nero checkpoint, head east into the tunnel and drive back to the Cascade region of the map. Continue following the road east until you get within sight of the Horse Lake Nero checkpoint and the Death Train Horde. Move in slowly and quietly to get into position. Use a flashbang grenade to pull them out of the train car. And then place an attractor right beside the fuel truck down the hill. Allow them a moment to get gathered up by the truck, and then shoot the fuel tank for a massive explosion that might even get them all. If you don't get them all in one go, no worries. There are plenty of other explosives to use against them. Simply leave them near some of the barrels and boxes nearby to blast the rest of them. Pick up your bounties, and you might as well unlock this Nero checkpoint since you're already here. If necessary, use this Nero checkpoint to rest, refuel, and resupply, and then head to the northwest corner of the Cascade region to take on the White King Mine Horde. Follow the road west, back to the tunnel, and then turn right to go north. Head north until you reach this stream and little wooden bridge. Save your game here and place a mine at the edge of the bridge to create a fallback point before you engage the horde. Place another bomb before you move into the mine. Once you're in, toss an attractor bomb right in the middle of them and then run for the exit. Get to these bushes near the mine entrance and then use an attractor to get them all clustered up nice and neat at the opening of the mine. Once the bomb goes off, you can toss pipe bombs or grenades or even Molotovs to deal a little damage, and if that doesn't get them all, just lead them to the fallback point you set up at the bridge. Sprint ahead of them to create a little distance, and once you step onto the bridge, you can use that automatic rifle we picked up to take out any that the bomb does not eliminate for you. Head back into the mine to grab your bounties, pick up the crafting materials, and grab that hidden Nero injector as well while you're there.
A Nero injector. Let's see if it still works.
Once you've killed this third horde, you may be a little low on horde killing supplies, but there's no need to worry. You can use the method shown in that infinite loot video that I mentioned to force all of the hidden loot locations to respawn, and then you'll have more than enough gear to deal with the fourth and final horde, the Proxy Falls Horde. The easiest way to locate this horde on the map is to place your cursor just north of Copeland's camp and move it due east until you see these 2 bridges, one that runs east to west and one that runs north to south. Place your marker right here at the northern end of the lower bridge and simply head toward the marker. To start this off properly, place a mine at the end of the southern edge of the bridge to create another fallback point. You likely won't need this one, but it is best to have a plan just in case things go badly. Toss an attractor bomb into the cave and then keep running for these bushes nearby. When the horde starts to come out, toss an attractor up at the top of the hill to get them grouped up. A frag grenade or a couple of pipe bombs should clear the last of them and complete the fourth and final horde, which will give you 10% on the Horde Killer storyline and unlocks the best sidearm in the game. Once you get the pop-up telling you that you've unlocked it, head to any weapon locker or camp merchant to equip your shiny new Horde Killer version of the SMP-9. Getting this little beast unlocked as early as you can will make the rest of the game a lot less stressful. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.